Hey, it's Lisa Robbin Young, and I'm shooting a video that's probably one of the most revealing I've ever filmed so far. And some of you may lose some respect for me when I share this with you, and I apologize for that, but this is something that I needed to share with you that I think is really important for your journey as well as for my own. And before I was a coach in the online world, I was a licensed financial advisor. And every day I helped clients get a grip on their financial situation, good, bad, or other. And it was very empowering and encouraging to be able to be in that position. But at the same time, I felt like a fraud because just before I took the job, I filed bankruptcy. I was a single mom, had no money. I was doing everything I could just to keep the bills paid. And some of you may have heard the story of how my employer actually bounced my check. Not once, but twice while I was working there. And so here I am, this single mom who's, barely making minimum wage, and I'm this trusted financial advisor helping people with their money. And I couldn't keep the power on in my own house. I remember the day that they shut the power off, and my son and I were cuddled up on the couch under 5 or 6 blankets just to make it through the night so that the next day I could get my check, go to the bank, pay the power bill, and have the power turned back on. And at the same time that I was feeling like a fraud, I was also feeling like a victim. Because, after all, it wasn't my fault that my paycheck bounced. I had done my part to earn my keep, right? Wrong. Because for everything that I was teaching my clients, it wasn't sinking into my skull. I wasn't getting it. I didn't think it applied to me. I didn't think I had money to worry about or whatever. And I learned a principle that until I learned it, until it was ingrained in me, I was basically a financial disaster area for years. And when I got this wrapped around my brain, I started a business that was actually successful. And as long as I followed this one principle, I stayed successful. And just about every time, maybe not every time, but just about every time that I ignore this principle, financial devastation hits me hard. And for as smart as people say I am, sometimes I ignore this principle. And it's easy to ignore because it's so simple. It's simple and it's simple to ignore. And I have to remind myself almost daily to keep this one principle in mind. And so I want to share that principle with you. In fact, not only do I want to share it with you, I want to help you implement it in your life. So I'm going to open up a handful of free coaching spots this month and coach a few people in this principle and help them find some financial peace in their situation. So if you want to learn this principle, I'm not going to charge you anything for it. Just fill in your name and email address and click the button, and we'll send you to the video where all this stuff is explained. But before you do that, I have a warning for you. This financial principle isn't anything you've probably never heard before. It's not going to be a surprise, I don't think. But I can promise you that if you don't do this one thing, you will never see yourself build a solid financial foundation. So if this is something that interests you, please fill in the box and click the button and get to the video, and we'll share you all the details.